So now we are ready to calculate our existing assets and new assets. So in this case, we just want to flip this back to 2.5 years, and for the new assets, 3.5, as we earlier calculated. So in this case, for the new assets, it's going to be equal to the sum of all of the new assets, which we already calculated, and then for the existing assets, it's going to be equal to our tax code calculation. So we know that the opening balance for the current year is equal to the closing balance for the previous year. So we take this amount, we deplete it. We have to deplete this amount going forward for the rest of the year. So in order to do that, we would take that amount, we divide it by the useful life of the existing asset, which in this case, we have it set up there, even though we have to adjust this later, it's 16 years, but we just put in 2.5 years just for demonstration. We reference that cell again, and then we have to multiply it by the percent of the full year of depreciation. In this case, the existing assets will be depreciating fully at 100%. So we multiply it by that amount. We have it set up there. So for the total depreciation, it's just going to be equal to the sum of the existing assets and the new assets. We cannot take this and feel right with Control R. As you can see, we have it set up there. We have the new assets, which we calculated before, and we have this 50 year of depreciation for the first year kicking in. And this is very good, as governments in different jurisdictions grants concessions to companies to depreciate certain assets or new assets at a certain percentage every year of acquisition. So in this case, we set it up to be 50% for the first year, and then for the rest of the years, it's going to depreciate 100%. So we have that set up there for the new asset, and we have it kicking in our total calculation of the total depreciation of the new asset. We also have the existing asset set up there. So this amount is going to drive our accounting depreciation going forward for our asset schedule. So in order, we will just now reference to the existing assets from our transaction section. We recall that we had it dynamically linked here. So for the existing asset, it was 16 years, and for the new asset, it was 20 years. So we have it set up there like that. So now we're ready to now determine our total PP&E balance. So we're going to be making adjustments for the depreciation. So in order to do that, we will just link in some date, some years from the year 2022, link it those. The year 2027, and then our capital expenditures, we have it here, so we'll link to those as well. So we have that set up there. So in order to determine our asset schedule for the first year tax depreciation, we have this first year tax depreciation set up in our assumption section in our transaction tab. So we have the first year accounting depreciation 50%, and we have the first year tax depreciation of 50% as well. So we have a blended tax rate, which we also have to reference that. So there was a blended tax rate here of 50%. So we have it set up there 15%. So for the new assets, for the property, plant, and equipment, to calculate the balance, is just going to be equal to, we go to the transaction section, and the PP&E balance in the year 2022 was this amount, $65 million. So going forward, this is going to be a corkscrew calculation. And then we have our capital expenditures, which we already calculated here. We already have it set up for us in our input section, so we are using the base or average case. And then the accounting depreciation we already calculated above, so we reference that there. In this case, we just make it negative because we're actually deducting it, so we cannot use the odd equals to sum everything, because what we are doing here is we are taking the beginning balance, we add the accounting, the capital expenditures, and then we deduct the accounting depreciation. So we can take this all the way to the right and fill it right with Control R. So for the tax basis, it's going to be equal to, we go to the transaction section. So the ending, at the end of 2022, the tax basis for PP&E granted by the governments in different jurisdictions to depreciate assets to a certain degree or level. So we have it set up there for, so the prior period is gonna be our current period's opening balance. And we have our capital expenditures, which we have